He said I was pregnant, even after the test said no. The truth was a nightmare neither of us saw coming. I'm truly at a loss here. This situation has gotten worrying, and I don't know what to do with it. Since about a week my husband became convinced I'm pregnant. I have no idea why, because I'm not. We haven't even started trying, though we do have plans in the future. We were just making conversation and yeah, I did mention feeling tired. But that's all. A few hours later he just came in so excited. I told him I'm not, but he won't let it go. He has made remarks about how happy he is, what a wonderful mother I'll be, what our baby will be like. Not all the time, but it has come up multiple times a day. I told him I'm not. I even took a test, because even I started wondering, and it was undoubtedly negative. I showed him and he just got annoyed, said tests can be wrong. He didn't speak to me for the rest of the evening. The next morning he acted as if nothing happened. When I tell him I'm not, he just kind of shuts me out. I lost my shit yesterday when we were in bed and he put his hand on my stomach, told him he's acting crazy. I'm not pregnant and his behavior is scaring me. He went to sleep in the guest room after that and left for work early in the morning. I haven't seen him or spoken to him today. I'm just at a loss. I don't know where this obsession is coming from. I even asked him if I gained weight, if that's what's gotten him confused. He assured me I didn't. I'm thinking of contacting his parents. Or maybe a therapist or something. I honestly don't understand what's happening and I'm worried about my husband. Edit, next day, edit, thank you for all the replies, I didn't expect all this. It's been overwhelming and I'm incredibly grateful. He's asleep next to me right now and I keep going through all the comments. My husband is one of the kindest people I've ever met. I promise you all that he's not trying to manipulate me, or would do anything to harm me. But that does make me believe something is really wrong. I'll contact Mai and his parents in the morning, once he's left for work. Maybe go stay with my mom for a bit, though I hate the idea of leaving him like this. I also definitely will make an appointment with my doctor for a blood test. Thank you for all the advice. Relevant comments. To a longer comment addressing the fact that this could be a delusion and delusions can become violent. OP, this reply hit me hard. I appreciate it a lot. I'm very torn. I love my husband very much and am worried about him right now, but I feel increasingly uncomfortable at home as well. Commenter, the whole phantom pregnancy thing usually only affects women. But one supposes a guy could have it too. Obviously as time goes on and you don't produce a bump or a baby he'll recognize that you're not pregnant. But this probably isn't some profound mental illness on his part. Just the fervid wish that you could both start working on becoming parents soon. Maybe talk to him about your timeline. At 32 he's probably just more in the ready-to-be-dad phase of life than you are in the ready-to-mom phase at 26. So remind him that you've still got time. OP, I'll try to do that. It just feels like such a weird response to wanting a child. Commenter, replying to OP, this is not an urgent enough response to what seems like a pretty serious delusion. This behavior isn't normal or explicable in reasonable terms. OP, fair. It is very unlike him. I might call my mom, ask her if I can stay with them for a bit. If only to get all of this sorted. I just want him to snap out of it. I miss my husband as I know him. Commenter, would he harm you if he thought you got an abortion? Because that's a possibility. He may accuse you of having an abortion if you get medical confirmation that you're not pregnant after he's decided that you are. OP, I hadn't even thought of that, sorry. Thanks for your reply. Commenter, the first time I got pregnant my husband knew before I did. He had a feeling. Home test said negative but a blood test showed positive. OP, oh my, that's wild. Either way I'll meet with my gyno, if only to have some conclusive proof that I'm not. Mini update 1 in comments, next day after edit, things escalated yesterday. But I'm with my mom and his parents are at our place. Update post, 2 days later, 4 from original post, hi everyone, I hope it's okay I post this update. I really appreciate everyone asking if I'm safe, and I am. I wish I could give clear answers but I can't. Things escalated when I tried to speak to him, keeping some of y'all's advice in mind. I sat him down and explained to him that I'd love to have kids with him in the future but that I'm not pregnant right now, and that his insistence worries and scares me. I told him we could go to the doctor together if that would put his mind at ease, or I could take another test in front of him. I was just hoping to snap him out of it somehow. He got very agitated, said many hurtful things and accused me of being a liar many times. That I'm trying to keep our baby away from him, and so on. Nothing made sense and I wasn't feeling safe anymore. I knew my husband would never harm me in any way, but that wasn't my husband. Things got worse, he did hurt me but nothing permanent or even emergency care worthy. I also know that if he was in his right mind, he never would have done anything like this. I called mine and his parents and I'm now staying with my mom. He did seem to calm down a bit when his parents arrived. I haven't seen/spoken to him since then. His mother, she's an angel, is keeping me posted about everything. We all agree something is very off about him, and we don't know what it is. But he hasn't agreed to getting himself checked out in any way. I don't know how they'll go about it, but they say, and I painfully have to agree, that it's best to keep my distance for a bit, as most of it is aimed at me. I'm safe, so is he. I miss him so much and just want an answer as to why he's being like this. I keep trying to figure out if there were signs before, or what I did wrong. Thank you all for the replies, they were a great help. It's so kind you cared to ask if I'm safe. Relevant commenter, let's pray it's not drugs, since he refuses to get checked out, uneasy face. I'm so sorry OP, I hope everything gets better soon. I don't know if going back to him is a good idea though, he physically hurt you. OP, I do think that whatever is causing this, is the reason he hurt. We've been together for some years now and he's never even raised his voice at me up until this. OP responds to many commenters and thanks them. Thanks. I've been reading all the comments, you guys are all so kind to me. But I'm scared shitless about what it could be, reading everyone's experience mini update 2 in comments. 2 days later, he has apparently agreed to get himself checked out, but I haven't heard anything else mini update 3 in comments. 10 days from original post, he's in the hospital. Many people were right about it being a medical issue. I'll get more into it at some point, maybe, but first need to see what's going to happen with him. I've seen him a couple of times. Sometimes he's his normal self, sometimes he can't stand the sight of me. We're managing somehow. Update post 2, 11 days from original post. I don't know if anyone will see this here, but you've all been so kind to keep asking whether or not we're okay. I hope I'll reach you like this. I'm going to keep this short. My husband has a brain tumor. A lot of people commented this, and I feel an immense amount of guilt that I hadn't considered it till then. All the headaches and other symptoms, in hindsight, we had previously dismissed because of his stressful work situation and so on. I'm beating myself up that I hadn't seen it before. A wonderful team of neuro, surgeons, oncologists and other physicians is figuring out the best approach here, if there is one. We'll hear more in the next days. I've spent more time with my husband. Some moments he's his amazing self, others he's filled with anger. It's difficult, but we're managing. I wouldn't have been able to without the support of our friends and family. I love my husband. This situation is terrifying. In moments of clarity he's trying to make me laugh, so I don't worry. That's who he is. Thank you everyone for pushing me to get him checked out. Relevant comments, OP clarifies, I'm home now, but my husband's in the hospital. Commenter, in his moments of clarity does he recognize how he's been acting? Or is there always some level of reality distortion? OP, he seems mostly very confused, if that makes any sense. He has apologized, but his mind is just not working with him right now. Commenter, OP, this is not the first time I've seen a thread on Reddit where a brain tumor caused significant behavior changes. I hope the surgeons are able to remove it and your husband's previous personality comes back. Have the doctors given you any info on what to expect after the tumor has been removed? OP, right now it's the question if it can be removed. There's a lot we don't know right now. The doctors/nurses have been incredibly kind though. Side post, 3 weeks later, title, I'm irrationally angry at my husband for having a brain tumor. I can't say these feelings out loud, not to the people around me, so I hope it's okay I do it here. But I'm furious with my husband for getting sick. I know he's not to blame, I know he's suffering. Yet I'm still furious with him. I can't explain it. He's the love of my life. How dare he get sick? How dare he change anything about the wonderful life we have planned? How dare he leave me so much sooner than when we're old and senile? 2 months ago our life was perfect. How could everything get so horrible so fast? I love him so much it hurts. And because of that I'm so angry with him right now. I feel like a horrible person. Update post 3, 9 days later, 6 weeks since original post, it's 2 a.m. here so I apologize if this is not coherent. I'm going to step away from all social media and I wanted to leave you with a brutally honest update. It's silly, but y'all's support has meant a lot to me. Don't get me wrong, I have wonderful family and friends. But in a way I have to comfort them too, and I can't deal with it right now. My husband is dying. In the 5 weeks since his diagnosis, he's gotten worse quickly. Today the decision has been made not to continue treatment, or even properly start it. He's not strong enough. He has a month, maybe. If we're lucky. I'm furious at the world right now. And I'm furious at him. Which makes me an enormous bitch, cause what kind of person is angry at their husband for being ill? I love him so much, and I hate him for it. I'm sorry this isn't a better update. Wish you all the best. Relevant comments, top commenter, fucking hell I'm so sorry. I remember hoping it was schizophrenia and not a tumor. I'm still kinda hoping this is someone's creative writing venture but I'm still fucking devastated for you. I know tears from a stranger on the internet aren't really a comfort, but they're still falling for you. I lost my little sister a few years ago. I love her so much, she was my world. I was like a half-parent to her. I was planning my life on having her live with me. And after the very quick progression of an unknown illness, she was gone. I still can only imagine what you're going through. I'm so sorry. I hope you're already linked with palliative care. They're some amazing people. Take it literally 1 second at a time. Then 1 minute. Then an hour. Then a day. I was taking it an hour at a time for months after she died, and I still sometimes go day by day. If you can get grief counseling, go ASAP. I did phone sessions, can give you more info if you are in Australia. I mainly use my sessions to just talk about my sister. To tell stories and remember her. To have someone new know her. Sending you love and light. OP, this comment means a lot to me. Thank you. I'm sorry for what you've been through. Our medical team has been incredible, even dealing with my emotions with a lot of patience. I just wish this wasn't the path we had to take. Commenter, grief has different stages. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. You are in the anger stage. Totally justified after the things you went through before diagnosis. You are angry because you are being robbed of the future together with your husband. Also, you know it's a hard road ahead that you didn't think would happen until you were both old and gray. I don't have advice for you, and I am so sorry you are going through this. Your feelings are normal and valid if that helps a tiny bit. Maybe speaking to a professional may help you also. Broken Heart Update Post 4 weeks later, 3.5 months from original post, title, He passed on the 16th. We had his funeral shortly after. Thank you for the messages. Wishing you all the best. Moving on to the next Reddit story. Title, X42F, is creating so much drama in my Q37M life that I am having trouble coping. Considering giving up my kids just to get it all to stop. An update 8 years later. I don't know where to begin. I was married for 13 years. Have 2 small children, 4 and 6. And after being divorced, I am now remarried to a wonderful woman, Donna. My ex will not stop harassing me. I have to communicate with her for the kids. But it is so contentious that the court finally ordered all communication go through an online site, and I had to change my phone number and move. It was that bad. I had my kids this weekend. Things went great and I went and saw my family. No incidents, we had a great time. Then I got this email, Jill and Marvin, kids, report that they were in a traffic accident with you this weekend, in the truck. They both report that the loud, obscene exchange between their father and the ABC towing driver scared them. They both report that they were bitten by Greg's dog, Murphy, during their visit at your folks' house this weekend. This is the second dog they have both reported biting them. I have also posted their reports that they have been bitten by a large dog named Betsy, at your in-laws' house. They have traumatic memories of metal being scraped out of your leg. I hope that you recover and get back to your job quickly. I hope that Donna is okay. They report that you have trouble walking. This is consistent with behavior I observed at drop-off on Sunday night. You didn't get out of your new car, and it appeared very awkward for you to unbuckle their booster seat belts from the driver's seat. I need to know about these things, please. Dog bites are notoriously dirty and prone to infections. Just because our children didn't appear to be as seriously injured as you were in the truck accident, doesn't mean that they couldn't be stiff and sore and possibly have internal injuries for which I need to be observing. At least I need to understand why they were stiff and sore and acting more fearful than usual when they came home. Their mild to moderate bruising and scrapes, and the chunks of skin missing from their hands and fingers, are consistent with their reports of the accident and the dog bites. I will take Jill and Marvin to the pediatrician walk-in clinic to rule out any unseen injuries and infections. It would be nice if you would call or email the doctor's office, and tell them what you can about the accident and the dog bites. It could help rule out tests and treatments that might not be necessary. It would also be nice if you would pay your half of their medical expenses, especially because the accident and the dog bites happened when they were with you. Today is Jill's first day of school. I could have taken them to the doctor 2 days ago, if you had shared that they were bitten and in a traffic accident that was bad enough required a tow truck for the truck and medical care for you. If you want to drive the kids to Santa Barbara and back in a weekend, expose them to animals that aren't safe for children, and fight with tow truck drivers in front of them, I cannot prevent that. But what happens to their little, growing bodies, and the events that are being imprinted on their sweet, innocent minds, is very much my business. Please share all of the information regarding what happened to our children in the truck accident. Please share all of the information regarding the bites from the dogs. As a mother, it is very worrisome to hear my preschooler and my first grader recount the dangerous things that are happening to them, but it is even more worrisome that my co-parent withholds vital information about their health. Jill and Marvin deserve to know that their parents are working together to take care of them. Thank you. Rest of the post, I don't even know where to begin. The dog that was there had no teeth, didn't bite them, and couldn't have even if it wanted to. My in-law's dog is dead. I was never in an accident. There was no tow truck. All of this is false. I can't even find a shred of a real event that could have gotten twisted. This comes on the heels of 4 days ago, her trying to corner me into signing away 30% of my custody agreement, and refusing to let me even look at the details of the paperwork. I am so frazzled by all of this that, at times, I think about signing away my parental rights just to not have the stress. But I don't want my children thinking I don't care for them and abandon them. How do you reason with this level of crazy? Any advice is welcome. I need help managing this. Relevant comments, from legal advice and relationships commenter. Why are you so cowed by your ex-wife that her telling you to sign something you don't want to sign causes you stress? It shouldn't be that hard to say no. OP, that is a brief snapshot. When it's every day, or every other day, it gets stressful. I never know what accusation is going to be lobbed at me next. When they divorced, 2 years ago, to a deleted comment, yeah. I already spent almost all of my savings to get the custody agreement I have. Dropping another $20,000 would be tough. To pay for I'd have to pick up another job, which would then not allow me to access the custody I am wanting. Commenter, turn this over to your lawyer. Please fight this fight. I know it is hard, but can you imagine growing up with a mother who chooses to rewrite history and reality to suit her whims? OP, lawyers have been contacted. No response in 3 days, emailed with this craziness this morning. Still crickets. Commenter, their mild to moderate bruising and scrapes, and the chunks of skin missing from their hands and fingers, are consistent with their reports of the accident and the dog bites. So do these things not exist or what? OP, I didn't see anything. A scrape on the foot from the flip-flop one was wearing, but other than that, nothing. Commenter, how does Donna feel about all of this? OP, pissed. It is a major source of conflict in our marriage. Actually, it is just about the only thing we ever argue about. Tangential post, 4+ months later, title, Legal Rights Surrounding a Primary Custody Parent Who After 4 Attempts Is Not Picking Up Her Children From Me, the Non-Custodial Parent, CA, I am in Southern California. I don't know what to do here. I am the non-custodial parent. I have had the kids for 1 week, 4 and 6, during Christmas break. Due to the high conflict nature of my ex, we have been assigned a co-parenting person to help mediate. On the 30th, we were supposed to exchange the kids back to her care. I showed up 15 minutes early to the location, and we waited for 1 hour and 7 minutes before giving up and leaving. She had been claiming she was right there for over 35 minutes. The location was an IHOP, 300 feet from the freeway exit. After I left, I got a slew of messages calling me all sorts of names, and claiming that she had just showed up, but that I had left. This song and dance has happened before. She said she would meet me anywhere, just to let her know where. This time I called her bluff and picked a location 2 miles from my home, and told her, the kids are hungry and tired of waiting. I'm taking them to my house. When you arrive at the location, 11 miles from the IHOP, text me and let me know, and I'll bring them right over. I sent her the location 5 times in text and twice via email. 4.5 hours later. Nothing. I then told her that we could meet at the agreed upon location at 11 a.m. the next day for the exchange, just 1 day later than planned. When I woke up by the morning, she demanded I drive them 1 hour to a new location, because she had a 103-degree fever and couldn't drive. There of course was a back and forth about her ability to care for children if she was too sick to drive. Ultimately, she failed to arrive at the location at 11 a.m. At 5 p.m. I got a doctor's note stating that she only had a cold as was fine to care for the children. I didn't ask for this. I then called her and we had a heated back and forth, but ultimately I relented and told her that I would bring them to a location that she chose. 1 hour away and 1 mile from her house. Under the agreement that she would show up this time. Before leaving, I sent an email confirming the location and time. That was sent at 7:48 p.m. We arrived at the location at 8:51 p.m. and texted to let her know we were there. What happened next was so frustrating. No response to any text was ever given. Every time I would send a text, I would get an email. All of them stating the same thing. That she would not leave her house until I verified my location. I sent her 6 different responses to emails telling her where I was. All I would get in response is more messages asking me to confirm my location. I even made a phone call telling her where I was. Unfortunately, at this point I was in such disbelief I did yell at her and tell her to get her ass down here. Not my finest hour, at 10:21 p.m. With kids in high anxiety and crying that their mom had forgotten them again, we left and drove the hour back home. I have now messages accusing me of child abduction. I don't know what to do. I am not subjecting my kids to this again. I can't bear to watch them check every car and get excited. I think I see her over and over again for hours while she plays these games. My worry is that the cops are going to come knock down my door. When I have done everything I can to make these exchanges work. Is this enough to have my lawyers file an emergency hearing to get primary custody? I am in limbo right now since neither my lawyers or the co-parenting person will be in the office until the 3rd, TLDR, mother has missed 4 exchanges in 2 days. What are my legal rights in this situation? Relevant comments. Commenter, why can't you just drop the kids off at her house if she's not feeling well enough to drive? It sounds like she's playing games and you're letting her. OP, she has told me over and over again not to come to her house, under any circumstance. Commenter, was the mediator alerted to this situation when it was occurring? If not, why not? OP, she doesn't check her email or phone over the weekend. Commenter, keep the kids, stop dealing with her shit and file for full emergency custody this week. OP, she is now stating that she is 5 miles away, waiting for me to deliver the kids. This was not prearranged. Deleted post. Sad face. 6 months later. Editor's note, thanks to mods for helping me recover this. Title, California, not sure what my options are with a crazy ex-wife scenario. Literally, I am in the process of a 730 evaluation for primary custody of my kids. 2 kids 7 and 5 today, was another doozy of an exchange, and I am fearful for the kids. I don't know what my options are here, if any. My ex was 53 minutes late to the exchange today. At 4:24 she sent me a text stating she was exiting the freeway that is 2 miles from the meeting spot arranged in co-parenting for today. She doesn't show up until 4:53. Exchange goes okay. But I know something is coming, because if she is ever in the wrong she has to lash out and blame someone else or invent a scenario where she is the victim. I had to wait all of 4 minutes. I got a text stating, I just drove by your car, and the back seat was empty. Where are the kids? I said, wasn't my car. I have 2 kids. Then knowing where this was going, sent a picture of them in the car. Response, when did you have time to take this? Because I had plenty of time to look at the stoplight. You were alone. It's okay if Donna, my current wife, has them. It's totally legal, just weird to hide it. I then called her. She answered. I said, hi. She said hi, and then I asked the kids to say hi. I then asked the kids, where are we at kids? At this point she started saying, hello, hello? Is there anyone there? I then got a text, thank you for the phone call. But there was no sound. I responded. I am turning off my phone now. These accusations are bizarre. I got back, not as bizarre as pretending to pick up our kids. Just tell me who has them. I called again. Immediately with the, hello? Hello? I knew for sure it was a game at this point. I just ended the call. She responded, you can't just keep ending conversations because you don't want to deal with the facts. If this turns into another 49-hour abduction like New Year's, I will definitely filing a report. Read the last post on that incident here. This is next level insane. I am terrified for the kids. This is like raising to the level that she needs to be committed. Thoughts apart from just continuing with the psych eval I already have going? Relevant comment, OP, we went back to family court. Court ordered a psych evaluation. That process is about 6 months. We are 1 month into that. Deleted post 2.5 years later. Okay, I want to give the timeline so people understand the full issue I am up against. Basically my children were hidden from me for 55 hours during my parenting time. Their location and the whole situation. Well, I was lied to about the whole time. Been divorced 5 years. 30% custody. Exchange was to be December 28th, 12 p.m. for my half of Christmas break. Timeline December 26th, 4 p.m. Get a picture of where they are spending Christmas, X and 2 kids 9 and 7, showing large snowfall and a message saying they are not sure when the snow plows will start. December 27th, 12 p.m. Another picture and message stating same thing, except in the picture you can tell cars have left and come back from first picture. 6 p.m. I tell her, if you get out tonight, I'll come get the kids as planned, in court order, from your house. 12 p.m. December 28th, if you do not get out until the morning, do you want to just bring them by my house, on the way from where she is coming from? I get a thumbs up to that message. 8 p.m. I ask if she got out. No response. December 28th, 9 a.m. I ask for a status update so I know if I need to drive the hour to her house. No response. 10:20 a.m. I ask again for an update. No response. 11 a.m. I leave to drive the hour for exchange, not knowing info. 12 p.m. Exchange time, arrive at house. Text that I have arrived. Her car is there. Her mom's car is not. She lives with her mom. I videotape the time on the vehicle, verbally notate the time and date. Show her car and the darkened house on the videotape. I assume she has driven up with her mom to where she is snowed in. 12:10 p.m. Finally get a response saying they are still snowed in. No plows yet. 4 p.m. I offer that since my parents are driving down, and they have a large truck, they could swing by and get the kids on their way to my house tomorrow. No response until the next day. Note, I check all roads in the area, All are showing being open and flowing traffic. I even verify with live traffic cams from half a mile from where she is that roads are cleared and cars are driving. I have screenshots of this and the video is time-stamped, December 29th, 8 a.m. She declines this and says, "We should stick to orders." She also tells me her internet is out December 29th, 11 a.m. I contact the police about child abduction. I tell them the story. They say, "Here is an incident number, we are not going to open a case on this. Take it up with the court." 4 p.m. I get a message saying, "Freeways closing down for the night. Been driving every back road looking for entrances without frozen bridges or backed up with accidents. It's an hour wait every time I fill up. Everybody's sure it'll be better tomorrow. Signals are better at least." I respond asking her to tell me when she leaves. Note: no freeways or highways are shut down. I check all state and local websites to verify. Even check Twitter and local live camera feeds. December 30th, 8 a.m. Call my lawyers. Tell them what is going on. Send them all of the timeline and they say they will reach out to her attorney. 1 p.m. They finally get in touch with her attorney and the response back is that she is leaving today, that she will message me when she does, and I can come and get the kids from her place. 2 p.m. I ask for an update from my ex. 4:45 p.m. Still having gotten no communication. I call my lawyers again. They call her lawyer. I finally get a response. "I have left, that's all." 6 p.m. Get a message, "I am home, you can come get them." 7 p.m. 55 hours past exchange. I get the kids. I ask them about the snow and being stuck. I was not trying to pry information or grill them, just casual light conversation. They tell me that they have been at home for 3 days. Since the night of the 27th. Now I am asking some more pointed questions. I ask about what car they drove. They are kids, maybe the timeline is wrong. They say they were in their mom's car because grandma had to leave on Christmas Day to be back home, so they drove separately. They say that mom said I told her she could keep them for 2 more days. I am furious. It was all lies. I am contacting lawyers today. But what are my options here? I want to have a reasonable expectation walking into this. My stance right now is, I need action and need someone else to be as posed about this as I am, or I'll find a lawyer who is. But I do realize my emotions are elevated. Additional note, in the last 2 years I have filed a 730. Spent $12K on it. 2-year process. Basically it said I am the better parent, but that she might be improving, and that his suggestion would be to wait a year and do another 730, and if things haven't improved by then, it would be appropriate to swap me to primary custody. That report was produced in April this year. Update post, 8 years from original post, 4.5 from last update. I was looking in my profile and saw my post in this subreddit from 7 years ago, as my ex was causing so much chaos that I was doubting everything. I took everything to heart and implemented several things right away. I became a gray rock and started documenting my ass off. I consulted my lawyers, and they said they advised several steps. The first of which was a 730 evaluation. This is an evaluation done by a psychologist. That process took a really long time as the 730 evaluator got very sick halfway through. That took 10 months. At the end the report essentially read, Mom is volatile and disorganized and that Dad's home would be a more stable home for the children. However, there is hope that Mom is starting to improve, so if things are still bad in 1 year it would be appropriate to change custody to Dad. This was a tough pill to swallow. Things were not better, and the chaos was just intermittent. So we just kept documenting and doing our thing. Eventually, we started getting a lot of emails from teachers that Jill in particular was often not bathed, never had her homework done, didn't have school supplies, and that she was falling way behind in her studies. We applied for a trial to review custody and asked for primary custody to be swapped to us. That was at the end of 2019, and trial was set for May 2020. So as you can imagine, once COVID hit, everything got delayed. There was a large amount of events in 2020. COVID shut down. Donna and I had a child, Rebecca. And then my ex started denying visitation to Jill and Marvin. Every 2 weeks I would go down, wait in front of the house. No kids would emerge. Sometimes I would have the police come, not to force anything, but to get the documentation in terms of a case number. This went on for 4 months, before I was able to start getting visitation again. Eventually, the trial was set for summer of 2021 and went for 3 days, and I had over 500 pages of documentation. Day 1 was entirely testimony from the co-parenting therapist we had been seeing for 5 years. She testified that my ex was the most difficult client she had ever worked with in her career, that my ex never followed a single agreement in session, and that she was a pathological liar. Last day of testimony was my ex, where she was caught lying on the stand, and was presented with evidence that she had been secretly taking the children to a medical professional for 2 years that I had explicitly not agreed to. So starting in August 2021, the judge ordered the kids come live with me, primary custody and limiting my ex to 4 days a month. It's now been 3 years. When Jill was in 5th grade she had a 26% in math, and a 40% in English. For the last 3 years, she has maintained a 4.0 every single year, and will be starting high school in honors geometry, honors English and AP biology. Marvin has also been doing well and just finished his first year of middle school with a 4.0 GPA, and is loving his coding and robotics elective. They have new clothes, and have learned new skills and responsibilities. Donna has been crucial in setting up patterns to help with success in school. Their rooms are both immaculate, and they are the ones doing it with very little direction from us. They are happy and finally involved in activities and sports. Our little Rebecca adores them both, and I will often find all 3 of them cuddled up together as one of the older 2 reads a book to her. Jill made the decision recently to stop going on visits to her mom. The chaos and drama started being directed at her, along with lack of food, clothes that fit, etc. Marvin is still going for visits and we are encouraging that as long as he is feeling safe there. All in all, things are going so well and the kids are doing incredible. There are hard moments still, but it has all been worth it, and we are able to shield them for the most part from any chaos their mom may want to start. If anyone is reading this that initially sent advice, thank you. When you are in the thick of it, it is tough to not feel like it is impossible and you will never be able to overcome it. I needed the outside perspective. TLDR update to a post about considering giving up custody of my kids, to fighting for them for years, eventually getting custody and turning all of our lives around for the better. Relevant commenter, cheered when I heard both the kids got there. Grades up. You've set them on the right path, sir. Good work. OP, thanks. We knew they had the ability. It is amazing what can happen when kids have support with HW, and a routine to follow every day. Soon they start believing in themselves and then setting their own lofty goals. Jill has dreams of becoming an investigative journalist. Marvin would like to become a nuclear engineer.